More than 500,000 people have already left Ukraine searching for safety. The United Nations Refugee Agency is warning that number could reach 4 million in just the coming weeks. A refugee crisis. The agency reports refugees are heading to neighboring countries, including Romania, Hungary, Moldova, and Slovakia. Poland is taking in hundreds of thousands of refugees and has over just the past 4 days. This mass exodus by car, train, and on foot. One man described his hellish journey from Lviv to Poland. He said he walked 20 hours to the border, saw families desperate to make it to safety in the middle of the night in freezing cold temperatures. Others say they've waited more than 60 hours to get across that border. CNBC's Perry Russum is at the Polish border crossing in Medica. Perry.
Chev, this is one of the largest border crossing points in the area. Right now, it is 1:15 in the morning. It is cold. You have family members who are here waiting to see their loved ones. It's been a long few days for them and a long few days for the people who have been making this trek on foot and by car, leaving their homes and sometimes leaving family behind. As night falls in Medica, Poland, families cross the border. Oksana Keat says she didn't know where to go. She left her entire family behind, except her daughter Tatiana. She's 4. What type of Ukraine do you want your daughter to grow up in? Keat says she wants peace for her daughter. A journey that usually takes about an hour by car is taking up to 5 days. Hanna Mitskala says they need help bringing the children to Poland. She says they're in danger. The days have been long. It's cold. There's desperation for a ride out of here.
Move back or I'll bring the military.
Caravans of refugees are on the highways. So many cars, gas is being rationed. Supplies for the border are coming throughout Poland. In the capital, Warsaw, Magdalena Dorazala is collecting diapers on the sidewalk.
It's not like I want to do it. It's more like I just need to do it.
She's set up in the shadow of the Palace of Culture and Science. The building is from Joseph Stalin in the Soviet Union, considered an unwanted gift. It's now lit in the colors of the country being invaded by the Soviet successor. Refugees are being taken by bus to Warsaw. Victor asked us for a ride to the border. He wants to defend his country.
That's terrible what happened, but we come to defend ourselves.
Men between the ages of 18 and 60 have to stay in Ukraine. Asado Hakim moved to Ukraine after college. He says that allowed him to cross with his wife and son.
I want peace for all the world.
And there really is relief on the faces of people who finally make it across. But then they say, what now? Many of them do not have plans. They asked us, where do we go? And we honestly don't know the answer. But we have been seeing some cars that have been ferrying people around, doing loops, picking people up and taking them to train stations so they can get to larger cities further west. Shep.
Perry, we're hearing reports of really different treatment of Ukrainians fleeing their country and immigrants from other places also trying to get into EU countries. What can you tell us?
Well, we're seeing that on the ground right now. There are about 4 or 5 guys from Algeria that we were speaking to. They've been here for 2 days without anywhere to go. We talked to a medical student who's from Morocco and has been living in Ukraine for a few years. He asked us, where am I supposed to go? We had no idea. He told us that he paid about $300-400 to get taken from his home to the border by Ukrainians. He gets halfway, they take his money and they say, you're on your own the rest of the way. But he was happy when he got over here because somebody gave him a scarf.